Okay, let's just dive right into this. Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to completely shift how you think about Odoo development. Seriously, if you've ever stared at a crashed Odoo screen just wondering what on earth went wrong, well, you are in the exact right place. We're breaking down the core mechanics of Odoo's user interface.
Here's the wild reality. Odoo UI, it's literally just XML. Sounds incredibly simple, right? But the stakes are surprisingly massive. I mean, one wrong tag, just one tiny typo, and boom, you can break the entire module. Today, we are demystifying exactly how this all works. We're going to cover form views, list views, XPath inheritance, and yeah, the common mistakes that literally every single developer hits.
So we need to shatter a really common misconception right off the bat. A standard web developer assumption is that building a user interface means writing your typical HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? But the Odoo reality is completely different. Odoo actually reads XML metadata directly from the database model, that's ir.ui.view, and it generates the user interface dynamically. So we aren't talking about typical static templates here. No, this is dynamic metadata architecture.
All right, Section 1, Mastering Form Views. Now, when you're defining a form view, which displays a single record, you rely on some very specific semantic tags. First up, your main layout is wrapped in a sheet tag. Inside that, you'll almost always use a group tag. And this is cool because Odoo uses it to automatically create nicely aligned columns. Then finally, you have the field tag, which basically tells the ORM, the Object Relational Mapping System, to render the actual data. So remember, you aren't coding the visuals, you're defining the structure.
And you know these basic tags? They very quickly build into that classic professional enterprise layout you see all over Odoo. You can instantly upgrade a basic form by just dropping in a header tag. That puts your workflow buttons and status bars neatly right at the top. Then, down below your main fields, you can add a notebook tag. This acts as a container for page tags, and it generates a super clean, tabbed interface for things like extra notes or related records. It's really slick.
Moving on to Section 2, Upgrading List Views.
Okay, if you've been working with Odoo 18, I am willing to bet you've hit this exact error message staring back at you, view types not defined. Or maybe you got a weird uncaught promise error. This is a huge, massive pain point for developers who are upgrading their skills right now, and honestly, it all comes down to just a single tag.
So here's the fix. Odoo 18 and newer strictly requires the list tag for list views. For years, literally years, Odoo developers use the old tree tag to display multiple records. But using tree in Odoo 18, that is exactly what causes that crash we just talked about. So your new golden rule, always use list.
And list views can be incredibly powerful. By adding just two simple attributes to your list tag, editable equals bottom and multi-edit equals 1, you unlock this massive user experience upgrade. All of a sudden, users can edit rows inline, they can do bulk edits across multiple records, and they can even create new records directly inside the table without having to open up a separate form view at all. It is an instant productivity boost.
But wait, it gets better. We can actually handle dynamic logic directly in the XML. By adding an attribute like decoration danger equals state equals draft, the UI responds instantly. Like rows will turn red automatically based on the record state. You can handle conditional visibility just as easily too. For instance, you can make an email field invisible whenever the state equals draft. It's so efficient.
And listen up, because this is a massive warning I really want to emphasize. If a field is used in any of those conditions, like state in our last example, it absolutely must exist in the XML, even if you want it hidden from the user. If you forget to include a field that your logic relies on, you are going to cause some incredibly painful key error crashes during the view load. So just add the field, set invisible equals 1, and keep it safe and out of sight.
All right, Section 3, Connecting Views Together.
So how do we actually tie this all together? Well, it follows a very strict logical flow. Step 1, you define your XML views. Step 2, you create a window action. That's specifically an ir.actions.act_window record, which tells Odoo exactly which model to use and which view modes, like list and form, are available. And then step 3, you create a menu item and link it to that action. So the user clicks the menu triggers the action, and the action loads your views. Simple as that.
Which brings us to Section 4, the manifest mistake.
Let me ask you a slightly provocative question. Why do you think 90% of module install errors actually happen?
Seriously, if you've ever been super frustrated staring at a failed installation screen, the answer is more than likely sitting right there in your module's configuration. It all boils down to the data loading order in your _manifest.py file. The painful way, the way that results in lots of angry keyboard smashing, is trying to load your menus before your actions. See, Odoo reads sequentially, so if the menu looks for an action that hasn't been loaded into the database yet, total crash. The Odoo way is strict. Actions must load before menus, and base views absolutely must load before any inherited views. Dependency order is literally everything.
Let's move to Section 5, XPath Inheritance Done Right.
Okay, there are some very strict rules to live by here. Rule number 1, never, ever edit core Odoo views directly. Why? Because when Odoo updates, your changes will be completely wiped out, like they never existed. So instead, follow Rule 2, create a new record that inherits the base view ID. And then, Rule 3, use XPath expressions to target specific elements. For instance, you can target a field named name and basically just tell Odoo, hey, insert my new custom phone field immediately after this. This is the safe, upgrade-friendly, professional standard.
Oh, and before we wrap up, I've got a massive time-saving pro tip for you. When you launch your server, run Odoo with the command line flag -dev XML. What this does is tell Odoo to read the XML files directly from your disk instead of the database cache, which means your XML modifications reload instantly in the browser with just a simple refresh. No more tedious server restarts required. I'm telling you, it literally saves hours of development time.
All right, our final takeaway today is a complete paradigm shift. Odoo UI is architecture. It is not markup. Once you truly understand these core building blocks, form views, list views, proper XPath inheritance, strict loading orders, and that tricky invisible field logic, Odoo customization transforms from this frustrating guessing game into a highly predictable system. So, armed with these foundational rules, what complex system will you architect next? And what advanced Odoo features are you finally ready to conquer? Thanks so much for tuning into this explainer, and happy building.